Hey, how y'all doing? Today's video is going to be the things that I check for in the pre-trip and post-trip when I'm in a truck as a Buffalo Rock delivery driver. So today, first thing I always do whenever I come to the truck, before I crank it up anything else, I kick the tires, or if you have like a mallet or a pipe, you can hit the tires, check them all. I'll do that around usually the entire bobtail. I kick all the tires, as you can see me kicking them. Then from that point, I'll go around to the other side and do vice versa, the same thing. Also, while I'm walking around, I'll take the grill, make sure the lights are good, no cracks. The grill's not got any cracks in it, you know, all that good thing. And check the mirrors, make sure they're good as well. Check the windshield and I walk around. Like I said, this is at nighttime, but I still check this stuff. Make sure there's no cracks, anything like that. Same deal. Also, check my lug nuts. Make sure the seal is not leaking any oil out of it as well. And also make sure there's no cuts on the sidewall tire. Walk around this side, check where the depth tank is, also where the fuel tank is. Check up under there, make sure that there's not any signs of residue showing that there's a crack or a leak on the ground as well. And then from this point, I come back here, check the line hoses, the connections, the hookups, make sure there's not any type of air that could be leaking out, because you can hear it in some cases there's air still up in the system. But that just depends on somebody accidentally crank a truck up. You don't know, but hey, always good to check this stuff with a visual inspection. And then obviously when you crank it up, get air pressure, you can end up seeing and you can hear the seeping of an air leak on here. And also just check your other stuff, make sure your bolts and stuff are good like that. And your hookups go here. So your glad hands, they go right up in these. So, and also your hookups, your aux cords, your other, I think ABS cord can go in here in these, and then the other one you can kind of just have it looped in somewhere on here. But yeah, also the air tank down here. Now this is pretty crucial because a lot of people don't check these that I know of. I check all this stuff, like just, you know, visual inspection, make sure they're good. But excuse me, definitely check the fittings on these and make sure they're on there tight, and make sure the lines and stuff, like, so don't have any like cuts or anything in them like that. You can see this type of stuff. Obviously, here if you have a leak, you have to crank the truck up, build air pressure, obviously. But if you can see it, you know, try to go ahead and, you know, report it and get it fixed as soon as possible. From that point on, I like to inspect and make sure that in these, the rubber bushings are good. Like in this one, it's pretty good where the emergency air brake line goes. So that's pretty good. And also what I'll do is I'll check up in here too as well. Excuse me, get this out. I'll check up in here because sometimes you can have or one of these terms, I think term form little terminals. If I'm wrong, it's okay. But somebody in the comment section will correct me, it's okay. But anyway, I check in here. I usually make sure everything in there is good. There's no funny business going on in there. And from that point, I'll hook it back up. And again, just kind of routinely check everything. Make sure they're good, the tires, you know. And also look up in here too as well. And then, yes, I do kick, like I said, all of the tires. And from that point, another crucial part is to make sure that on your mud flaps you have your reflective lights on here. If you see any of those cut mud flaps hanging, the bolts are not secured, it's important to make sure you report that and get it fixed as soon as possible, because you can get in trouble by the DOT officers, because that is a safety violation. You want to make sure that you have everything properly secured on the bobtail. It's crucial. A lot of people may say, it doesn't matter, I can't see it, but it is. It's part of the federal rule. So abide by the law and make sure that you're doing the right things on the road, and you're keeping yourself safety, and also other drivers are aware as well, so they can remain safe. So that's important, to make sure your lights and stuff work as well. They're not cracked, busted, anything like that. Another key thing is too, inspecting your fifth wheel. Make sure the fifth wheel is not damaged of any sort. And from that point, come over to the landing gear. Make sure that is definitely functioning properly. Typically, what you can do is you want to check it. Just give it a little spin. Make sure it's hooked up good. And usually you can go down with it, up. Excuse me, I was going up. Now I'm going down. And then from that point, go back up. Make sure everything's functioning. I've had some myself that have being kind of, iffy. And even the trailer tires too, I'll kick these at times. But I usually check them and make sure they're really good. Like I said, this trailer here has a great tread on it. So, but still, kick it, make sure it's not good because things can happen. Also, at this job, we have to make sure we have 3 cones. This one has 2. But make sure you have 3 of some sort. But mainly, if you don't have 3, you can put 2 in the back of the trailer and 1 in the front if you have just 2 and 1 in the back. So, that's typically how it'll go. But again, just make sure you have some cones there. And then from that point, what I like to do is I come and check these lines back here on the trailer as well. And I like to make sure, same deal with this one, that I have reflective stickers on the back indicating that I'm in violation. Like, see this right here? It's ripped. Now, you might say that, they may not trip about that. Yeah, that's understandable, but still, I would get it replaced if possible. Just try to fix it, make it look better than what it does now, so that way you can be covered. I mean, like a lot of them not gonna too much split about it, but again, man, just those rules are the rules, man. Like I said, I don't make them again, but I try to just be on the safe side of just making sure that everything's cool when I'm out on the road traveling and stuff. But yeah, also make sure the mud flaps on the trailer are good as well too. And one of the biggest things that, believe it or not, that happens a lot is the lift gate may not work. Like this one functions really well, so it goes up and down pretty good. Now in some cases it may not. The lines up here at times, I know I had it happen to me, they will give out pretty good. Like I had one that was leaking fluid really bad. Like it was horrible, and it didn't do anything. Like the lift gate wasn't working whatsoever. Also, another key component is making sure that your door of your trailer is functioning really well as well. Make sure that anything that you see with the lock, with the door functioning up and down, is maintaining proper use. There's sometimes where doors they have cracks in them. I've had doors on trailers like this before, and they have, believe it or not, I mean, it's made a difference in you being able to get in and out of it, to where sometimes I have to put a lot of force on it to get it open because it's wedged really bad. So just keep an eye out on that stuff like that as well. And then you can also check these fittings here, make sure all those are good, and from there. And also, if you don't know how to function your lift gate as well, they have a template here. Excuse me, that's a template. I don't know what that is, but they have a template here to show you how it operates and stuff like that. So just do that. You can also scan the QR code here, and then go from there, and they'll show you a video and go from there with it. On this side, check the tires again, and also got to mention on the other side, but wheel chocks are in both sides of the trailer. And then this, I always check the boxes and make sure there's not any type of fluid that could be leaking out of this one. The battery is inside of this box right here, so just make sure that you see nothing dangling, you don't see anything burning, anything like that. As far as inside the truck, walk around again to the driver's side. From that point, you come in, start her up, get in, you'll shut the door, and you can perform a leak down test, which is very simple. You can get in, you want to pump them down, you ain't got to turn the truck all the way on, you can just pump them down. Once it gets to about 60, you'll hear a beep, I believe, and once it gets down to 40, I want to say 60 to 40, you'll hear a beeping sound go off. And it gets like to 20, somewhere around there. Actually, these knobs will push back out. They'll actually pop out once you haven't pushed in the first time. They pop out. So just do stuff like that to make sure they're good. And then from that point, you can do a 5-mile-per-hour roll forward, not touching the wheel. Make sure if the trailer goes to the right or left, your brakes are out of adjustment in a sense. So you want to get that looked at. But those are just little things like that, man, that on a daily basis to do. And it's part of your pre-trip and post-trip. I know some people don't do it. So, but again, I mean, those maybe people that's been doing it for a long time, they understand, they can tell. So, I mean, hey, but if you're like a first-timer, new to it, it doesn't hurt to go over and do that, proper procedure just to make sure you're safe when you're on the road and stuff like that. And another thing I do is I make sure there's nothing in the floor like that could roll over like this. It's not gonna roll over in my way, but you still wouldn't want it like just rolling around. You want it like a water bottle. You wouldn't want that rolling around because it can get wedged somewhere up in here where the gas pedal is or anywhere else, the brake pedal, anything like that. It's just the little things like that you want to make sure, you know, are kind of out the way. Now, on this truck, there was a footwell button on here somewhere. Might be over here. But I usually turn on the footwell like in the morning time when it's really, really, really early. And like just to have it on because it's good too. I like it. I like having it on. I mean, also, it doesn't hurt to turn that on. Some people do, some people don't. But again, to each his own, right? From that point, then, you know, before I even pull out the truck, my seatbelt, I buckle up and I proceed to get my trailer and start my day. Pretty much you've seen the process in another video that with me pretty much unhooking from it. So hooking up is the exact same way, but you're coupling to the trailer instead of uncoupling from it. So, you know, that's just a simple way to put it. And again, if you want to say unhooking, hooking up, whatever the terminology is, but either way, it's the same, vice versa. And at that point, I get ready to start my day. I successfully did it. And again, the post trip is the exact same way. I like to walk around and look. And throughout my stops, believe it or not, what I like to do is I like to just look over the truck when I'm walking around. And also, something I forgot to mention earlier too is I check my lights when I'm out and about in the truck. A lot of times I turn on my 4-way lights and I'll turn on the turn signal lights, check them, do all that kind of stuff to make sure the lights are good. But in the AM times, you can check and definitely see if the lights are working. If you're in front of a building like that, that's, you know, you see the lights blinking and out here or whatever, you can see them, make sure they're functioning properly. But it doesn't hurt to make sure that they are functioning properly. Again, just make sure your mirrors and stuff like that. As it says right here, go, get out and look. Always maintain that as well when you're out by yourself driving and you're in tight spaces or you're not sure what's around you on your blind side. So make sure you do that. And again, keep trucking on. Be safe out there. And man, honestly, like I said, build from there. Have fun. Like, subscribe also to DP Works, DP Official 1. And let's continue to grow the channel. This is a quick video I wanted to do today. I know there are going to be people maybe that say whatever about, that's not the proper whatever. But regardless of the fact, I just want to make a quick video showing you that how it is for a Buffalo Rock driver doing a pre-trip and a post-trip on a day cab truck, a Cascadia, and the trailer as well, showing you how that process, make sure things are good with that. And like I said, again, you just want to get out and make sure that nothing is missing, broken, cut, or really damaged, because it can slow your day down a lot. Or even with your trailer having the wrong product in it, can slow your day down as well too. Kind of how like that one is right there. But with that being said, I'm see you on the next one. I'm finna go because I said I gotta wait on the trailer and stuff like that. But that's, again, that'll be okay. I want to make this video for y'all, get some content out for y'all as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. You know, stay blessed, stay motivated. It's always say, continue to be great because you can do it and let nobody stop you. But God first, everything's possible. See you on the next one, all right? Peace.